Welcome to the Yup Life podcast. If your butter is too hard, heat up your knife in the microwave.
So this is our inaugural episode, the episode 0, the introductions, the who are we of the Yuppie podcast.
Yep.
The Yup Life. What?
I don't know.
We haven't decided on a title yet, but
Not yet.
we'll get there. Copyright, all of them. Can't use any of them.
We've came up with like hashtags. Yup life. The yups.
It'll be trending.
But we still don't have like a working title.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're here to break the yuppie stereotype. We're not your typical yuppies. I mean, we don't live in New York. We don't live in LA. We don't make a ton of money, but I mean, we make pretty good money for our age, I'd say, compared to our peers, our colleagues.
Yeah.
But we're not the bros. We're not the douches, the dudes that ride their yachts on the weekend. And, you know,
we wouldn't mind being the...
yeah, I mean, without racking up a lot of debt or,
Yeah.
borrowing money from daddy. But
Yeah.
My dad
So-
left me a long time ago.
We'll talk
Just
about it
kidding.
here a little bit.
so I think we're here to be a little more level-headed instead of extravagant and wasteful with our money, with our time. Maybe this podcast is a waste of time, but who knows?
Who knows?
But let's just do our intros here. Start with Steven, one of the co-hosts, across from me.
What up? Yep.
Tall,
nation.
dark, and handsome.
Well, about myself. Where can we go? I was born in Idaho.
No, you weren't.
I was.
How did I not? Didn't even know that.
Know that?
No.
Yeah. I was born in Idaho. Only lived there till I was 1 year old though. Moved to Utah.
Why were you born in Idaho?
So my parents, coming from Mexico, just had family in Idaho.
That's
And-
kind of a long way from the border. isn't it?
yeah,
right?
I know. They overshot California. They didn't know when to stop.
They were just like potato
They're
adventurists.
trying to go to Canada.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. I mean, they just had a set job, I think, in Idaho.
So your parents are from Mexico.
Yes.
Born,
Born.
raised
Raised. In a little town. Well, I think both of them were.
from the same town.
You know what? I think so. I know my dad was from this little place called El Cochi.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little pig, I guess. And moved to the city when he was only 13 years old,
All right.
which is crazy.
By himself?
By himself.
Dang.
Yeah. So that dude was a man. But so
And you're how
Yeah,
old now?
I'm 26.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was 91, right?
91.
Okay.
June. I'm not gonna say the date. Dun, dun, dun.
What's your social security number?
All right. No. So born in Idaho, moved to Utah, 1 year old. Lived there until I was 8. We lived in a little town called Logan. I don't think you can even find it on a map. So that was pretty cool.
What about Google?
No. You have to get on Google Earth and just zoom in. Moving as a young buck
You made the great
To-
adventure from Idaho.
to Utah.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. So
Apparently, I know nothing about you.
dude, really?
Yeah.
So weird. But yeah, so lived in Utah until I was 8, and then we moved down here, and I was not used to the fucking heat. I was so used to just like snow and
What part
all
of
that
Utah?
stuff. Logan.
Okay. Another small town?
It is right next to Salt Lake City, kind of.
Were you like in a Mormon cult or
Yeah.
what?
Do what? I can't talk about it. Steven's not even my name. But yeah, so we were there until 8 years old, moved over here. I was used to having a house too. Big dramatic thing that happened to my family when we moved out here was we owned a house in Utah, And then when we moved over here, like, I don't know how they couldn't sell the house for a while. So we were just hopping from place to place kind of a thing. And we put all the stuff into storage.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but my parents maybe forgot to pay the bill. Right? And we had like a brand new fridge. We had like a drum set and stuff like that. I had a drum set. And all that got auctioned off.
So you're saying you ended up on that show, the auction off all the storage sheds.
Like, that was my stuff.
Storage Wars or something.
Wars.
There goes Steven's bike. $10. Highest
Walking
bidder.
just there crying. But so we started off pretty much fresh here. So we moved during, I think it was middle of the springtime. So we had to figure out school situations right away. I think my sister had to attend charter school. She was already in high school. By the way, I have one sister.
Older, obviously.
Shout out Liz, what up?
So when this was all going on, did you know English?
Funny thing is,
That's a good question.
I did, but my main language was Spanish, and my sister was the one who told me, "Listen, if you don't learn to lose your accent, no one's gonna hire you." Right? So she was like, "No one's gonna hire you. No one's gonna take you seriously. You gotta learn how to take it out." So, yeah. And then now I could barely speak Spanish. So,
Total 180.
yeah, I'm a sellout.
You said you moved here. People don't know where here is.
Oh, true. Phoenix, Arizona.
All right.
Well, I guess currently we're in Tempe, Arizona.
Right, yeah.
But
You moved to actual Phoenix, or was it Glendale, or?
it was actual Phoenix, west side of the Phoenix, in the Maryville district, it's called.
Yeah.
So we moved down there, hung out. At the time, I wasn't blind either, so I wore glasses and contacts. A little kid named Jared. Jared from third grade. If you listen to this, hit me in the rock. Hit me in the rock. Hit me in the eye with a rock.
Apparently, the rock did some damage.
I know. And I don't know what happened from there. Like, I just started becoming more and more blind.
Do you think that was just coincidence, or actually?
No, I think it was. I blame Jared.
You got a little lazy eye too.
I do. It was that.
Yeah,
fucking,
you know,
it
I
was
just
that
was
eye.
noticing that. Yeah, yeah. I learned something new.
Don't
about
stare
you.
at it. Don't stare at
It's
it.
your good side. That's
This one just stays. But so yeah, grew up on the west side. Wasn't the richest of kids. I was actually homeless once. Lived out of a truck stop for a little while. Luckily that's all gone. So
the truck stop.
No, still live there. But got a better car, so more trunk space. No. So yeah, and then so now I'm really appreciative to be a yuppie. You know, made it out of the struggle. What I feel like, and yeah, that's my intro.
So like,
Kind of started from zero.
where'd you go to school at?
My college English professor would be really mad at you saying at after that.
Oh, I failed English 7 times.
English
Thanks.
is a second language over here, correcting your grammar.
Oh, my English is horrible.
College or high school?
Yes.
Okay, both. Let's start off with elementary. Shout out to Ellis in Logan, Utah. Went there till second grade. The Davidson Dragons. Went there for the rest of my elementary here in Phoenix. Estrella Middle School, which is right across the park from my high school. So it was like middle school, park, high school. Trevor Brown, shout out Bruins. We sucked at all sports. Hopefully that has changed.
That's pretty much all of Arizona, though. So
That's true. Yeah. Brophy and some other school is actually
St. Mary's?
doing pretty good, I think. Yeah.
really,
I don't know.
I think
St.
they're like
Mary's-
nationally ranked. It might be.
well, I mean, none of our sports teams have coaches anymore. So
That is true.
Cardinals don't have a coach.
Oh.
Does Ace?
U of A doesn't have a
coach?
coach. He's leaving, or he left already.
He had left. They already replaced him.
Graham is gone. Yeah. Oh yeah. What's his? I forgot his
Someone
name.
got him already, no?
Yeah. No, I don't know where he's at now.
But
Did you guys know that the highest paid person in each state is the college
Football
coach?
Yeah.
Like, what the
He gets
hell?
paid more than the president of the university.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So next step, football coach. In my no, but yeah.
So you went to Trevor Brown for high school?
Sorry. Went to Trevor Brown for high school. Graduated top 15%. What up?
Damn, started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom. Just good at math. And then got a couple grants, couple scholarships to go to ASU, where I studied civil engineering.
That's impressive.
Thanks.
And what field are you in now?
Field, telecommunications.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What kind of like cell towers?
Yeah,
radio
so
towers.
my company owns and manages cell phone towers.
Okay, and then the cell companies lease the towers from them, or how does that work?
So we own the tower itself.
Mhm.
They rent the space.
All right,
So it's almost like you rent a room.
so you stick your
Yeah, you stick your equipment.
on top of their tower.
Yeah, so
Okay.
well, we would own the tower, and just like an apartment, let's say, you would charge more for the master bedroom.
Yeah.
That's the top of the tower.
All right.
So
The
as you go
penthouse.
down, it's
Yeah.
like the bottom's like the couch or the garage.
Well,
So
we can talk more about your job in a future episode, but
sound good.
so basically you jumped around, you were homeless, you didn't speak English, you pretty much dirt poor
Yeah,
for the
it's just
first half of your life.
struggled a while.
Now you're here, what I would call you a yuppie.
Yeah,
Not your traditional yuppie, but
there you go.
All right.
I do like to bro out though.
Only on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is Ruben at the end of the table.
Hi.
Head honcho.
Head honcho.
El patron.
El patron.
Want to give a little introduction,
Not
a
really.
little background in your life?
Well, it all started when I was 3.
You were born at 3.
Yeah, wait. It all started.
I was a
Right.
late boomer. Wait, bloomer or boomer? Wow.
Bloomer.
One of the things I can't talk very properly, so anyone that's listening, bear with me.
Sometimes I feel like you do it just to be funny.
Sometimes, but sometimes it's real, so I kind of use it to my advantage.
You
It's
never,
really good timing.
if you joke all the time, you never know when you're serious, right?
Exactly. And we'll discuss on how to battle your
Social anxiety.
anxieties. Yeah, we'll save that for another episode.
You have a friend that can finish your
Thoughts?
sentences?
First off, all of us have grown up with each other. Mainly, like we all went to college. In case anyone's wondering, what's our relationship?
Sure.
We
Yeah.
all went to school for civil engineering. We're all a bunch of nerds.
Actually, we met each other in the required camp. Wait. Yeah,
Yeah.
the required camp
Okay.
to go into college.
Yeah.
That's true.
The icebreaker, the awkward, I don't know anybody, we're all engineers and socially inept, sleeping in a cabin together.
Yeah. Grew up in Glendale, Arizona, West Side.
100%.
Were you born?
I think so.
Were you born here?
Yeah, born and raised here.
Were you the first generation here? Or?
No, I think I'm like the 5th or 6th. I
Okay.
asked
in Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I asked my parents about that, and they're like, "Yeah, your grandparents they've been here, and then your great grandparents they're all born here." And oh wait, I think it's like I'm second. No, I'm like fourth. I want to say fourth. I think my great grandparents are the ones that crossed the river. So
Gotcha.
river as in referencing to south
Of the border.
of the border.
Pretty sure people weren't like the Nile.
Went to school here as well, grade school, high school, then went to ASU, studied civil engineering, and now I'm here, designing buildings.
And do you like it?
I love it.
Do you want to move from Arizona?
I'm open to the idea.
Yeah.
I think I would for sure would come back no matter what, like retirement.
You
or
wouldn't
something.
take it either way. Like you would stay here if you didn't have any options, and you would leave if you had an option.
Yeah.
If you
Alright.
did move, would it be to like one of those places? Those yuppie places.
Yeah, would it be like LA, San Francisco,
Austin, Seattle.
New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
West Philadelphia.
I think so because I think my career would. That's the only place I would be able to go work at as well.
Bigger places, yeah.
Yeah, bigger places. Yeah.
So you have 2 parents, right?
Yes.
Do you have any siblings?
It's a good question. No, I have
legitimate siblings.
Legitimate, yeah. I have an older brother and little sister.
Mm-hmm. They're both here in Arizona.
Yeah.
Your sister's still going to ASU? Also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sister's in her last year at ASU she wants to be a history teacher.
Rough life.
Yeah.
Especially in this area.
Yeah. But she's doing very well. She's possibly staying for another 2 years to get her master's. And
okay.
She's killing it.
Good on her.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Well, she was the younger one, so she's the babied one, right? Is that how it goes? I don't know. I'm an only child, so.
I would say
She's the baby.
Baby, yeah.
Spoiled.
I wouldn't say spoiled. She gets a lot. I wouldn't say spoiled. But I don't know. And also, she's the girl of the family. Not to be sexist or anything, but
the princess.
Yeah, she's the little girl in the family. So.
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah. They get along.
You didn't have any exciting things happen in your life? Broken a couple bones.
I've broken a couple bones.
You did give us a scare a while back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this one time I was fishing. Out of all things, I had this...
The most relaxing hobby
you
could ever do.
Did you know you can pop a lung while fishing?
With the hook?
Nope. You just throw your line out.
The excitement from reeling a big...
Just a swordfish.
Just a swordfish. I tried swordfish the other day, by the way, for the first time. That's delicious. But no, I had this thing called spontaneous pneumothorax. And basically, my lung pretty much detached from my chest cavity. It's just a random, like I said, spontaneous. So
can't predict it, can't prevent it.
Yeah. So they had to cut a little portion of my lung off and stable it back together. All good as new.
Yeah, he's bionic.
The bionic
we had
lung.
the technology.
That was probably. I think that actually changed a lot of views in my life because I did. I mean. There's always people that go in the hospital, and there's a lot of worse things that could have happened. I was very fortunate that this wasn't life-threatening, but it definitely opened my eyes quite a bit just to realize how short things could be,
Yeah.
So
spontaneous.
Yeah. Anything could happen out of anywhere. So I think it was definitely a weird turning point in my life.
Interesting.
That's crazy. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're bionic.
Thanks.
So now you live life like a daredevil now?
To a certain extent, not really. Actually, I'm more like a bubble boy.
Okay. So you just, hide out and don't go fishing anymore.
No. I'm not allowed to go fishing.
Was that doctor's orders?
No.
Snowboarding's okay though.
Yeah, snowboarding is okay. No, but there's I used to not do much trips and stuff like that before. Then I was kind of like, the work and not do anything. And then after that, it was like, well, I need to enjoy myself. Like you only get one shot, one opportunity at this whole life thing. So.
Hashtag YOLO.
So that's how it opened up my eyes is like, appreciate life and have fun.
Good advice.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give a little introduction about myself. I'm Joey, the resident Caucasian at the table, if you couldn't tell. So I was born and raised here in Arizona. Born in Phoenix, lived in Glendale, lived in Tempe, lived in Scottsdale, kind of been all over. My parents are from Chicago. Their family's from Chicago. So I'm first generation out here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The snowbirds came. Some of them went back. Some of them stayed. My parents stayed. My grandparents and all my family are still back there in Chicago. And so anyway, my grandparents on my mother's side were born in Yugoslavia, Germany, that whole Serbia, those weird areas that were changing countries and changing hands. And they were there during the war, and they were kind of like under pressure from the Russians and stuff. So they're like, screw this, we're out of here. Hopped on a boat, $200 and the clothes on their back with my aunt, my 2 aunts. My mom wasn't born yet. So the five of them, my grandma, her sister, my grandpa, and my two aunts came over onto Ellis Island, that island in New York where they have like the wall and the books of the people that have come through.
Yeah.
And then they eventually moved to Chicago. Didn't speak any English. Had a couple $100. Had the hard knock life, and basically made it easy for me to live here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, long story short, I ended up being born here in Arizona. Went to a private school for preschool through fourth grade. Tuition was really expensive. I would say on par with like college tuition at that time.
Whoa.
I looked it up now. The school I went to, it's still open, and it's $16,000 a year.
Whoa.
For K through 8, and then high school was even more than that.
Dang.
Just a year.
Yeah.
How long did you go there?
I went there from preschool to fourth grade.
Okay.
And it was like really accelerated. Like I was doing fractions and division in like first and second grade.
Holy.
And if that's any kind of indication of
They don't teach
like,
that until like 8th grade or something.
pretty much
Yeah.
in like
West
public
Side Phoenix,
school.
I learned that like
Yeah.
senior year.
So you think you're good at math.
Right.
But I was like, as 5, 6, 7-year-old, I was literally stressed out because I had so much homework. I would have 2 to 3 hours of homework a night. I didn't. Would you think a kid like that could be even stressed out?
No, that's so crazy.
Yeah. So it was I don't know. It was fun at the same time because with all that money comes fun things like we had our own swimming pool. We had like parties. We had like food. We had all these neat things to do. But like I said, it was a lot of work. So I kind of attribute that private school is like how I got my success.
Yeah.
Because it kind of pushed me. So fourth grade, I moved to Glendale from Phoenix, kind of like around Metro Center, which is used to be a big mall. So I moved to Glendale and had to go to a public school, which was pretty humbling. I had to like ask teachers for extra work, and because they were like, I was like 2 grades ahead, man. I could have skipped 2 grades. But I'm born in August of 91. So I'm also 26, but being born in August, I was always the late one. I was always the youngest in the grade. So if I skipped a grade or 2, I would have been like way too young.
Yeah.
So I decided not to. I decided to just like try to get extra work, try to suck it up. And so went through grade school in Glendale, went to high school in Glendale also. Tried to take full advantage of all the advanced classes in high school. Not be too nerdy, try to have somewhat of a social life.
Yeah.
But still like, the public school system in Arizona is pretty bad. So trying to get a good education out of a high school is hard without paying money and going to a private school or a Catholic school. So I try to make the most out of the public system that we have, and took all those AP classes. Try to find the teachers that would, be mentors for us and push us to go to college. Shout out to Bergman, who,
The Bergman.
Yeah.
infamous teacher from high school that's kind of like had a part in all of our lives. But anyways,
Weirdly, I didn't go to that high school, and he still had a part of my life.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So he's been around, but graduated high school. I think it was number 4 out of 400 to 500 people.
nice.
It was like got beat out by the Mormons.
You can't beat those.
No,
You can't beat those.
they were taking classes like AP Spanish.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna do that, man. Come on, I don't try that hard. I'm smart, but I do as much as I can that needs to be done to get by, and that's about it. But so graduated high school, went to ASU, also studied civil engineering. I actually went for an extra year to get my master's. They had a 4+1 program where you go for 5 years and get 2 degrees. Pretty sweet. Probably, the best way to go. I don't regret that at all. That last year was hell though. It was like no motivation. I was only taking a couple classes a semester just to get it done, and it's like,
That's awesome. But now he forces us to call him Master Joe.
Yeah.
bow down to me. Nah, I don't even have them hanging up on the wall anymore.
What?
Nah, I'd say I'm a pretty humble person.
That's awesome. You are.
I don't brag about much.
Except you being a genius. Now, dude, just to add on to that public education thing, man. Like, I remember, because I was also like in AP classes, but once I went to ASU, it was a freaking shock.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was difficult?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Oh,
just like I wasn't used to it. I was so used to doing whatever I wanted and still getting, A's.
Right.
To now I have to study. Like, what is studying? I have to do stuff at home.
Yeah.
So that was eye opening.
School kicked my ass. I like failed 3 or 4 classes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Failures.
Yeah.
was a thing.
Yeah.
So, I guess kids out there too listening. If you fail classes, man, not the end of the world.
C's do get degrees.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Don't give up. Keep trying. As Elia once said, if first you don't succeed, dust yourself off to try again.
Good reference.
I love that song.
Showing your age there, dude.
I mean, in the end, all of our upbringings, all of our hardships. I can't say I've had a lot of hardships. I had a pretty normal family
dude,
life.
you switched to public school.
Yeah, I guess that was the most traumatic thing I ever had. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here. We're all successful. We got good jobs, got good heads on our shoulders.
That's all that
So,
matters, really.
I mean, it's those life experiences that make you who you are, and sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But
Agreed.
we got a good group of friends.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think the big thing that I really like about our group of friends is that everybody cares about each other. No one's in there trying to shit on other people. No one's trying to be above anybody else. And if we obviously see someone a little bit more successful than others, they're not looking down at us,
Right.
kind of a thing.
yeah.
So that's a big thing for me.
That's why I try to stay humble, is because I don't want to impose on other people or make them feel less of a person. Or,
Yeah, it's a big.
I don't need to talk about my stuff or brag about stuff.
Yeah.
It's just we're all equals. We're all people.
Yeah.
So
And we're all yuppies now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see about Carson Palmer is also leaving, by the way? I know we're talking
Dude,
about
freaking
QB's
Carson
gone.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear the talks of possibly Eli Manning coming?
I did not, but he
Okay.
sucks. So
I'm okay with him. I always have him with my fantasy team, and he always scores me points, man. Carson Palmer was getting pretty old, but he was also getting hurt a lot.
yeah, he was.
So,
It was an every season kind of thing,
yeah. And it was minor injuries, like his finger.
right?
And it just...
Turf toe.
So with that, we try to keep up with everything that goes on. Also, with the outside, with the outside world,
Current events.
What yuppies do these days.
Stupid trending YouTube videos,
Yeah.
memes, video games, cars, technology,
And also some real stuff: careers, financing.
mortgages,
Yeah.
some
all
fun
that
stuff.
all that.
Women.
Yeah, women.
relationships.
Yeah, shout out to all our girlfriends.
Supporting us while we're doing a podcast in the middle of the living room
I know. on a door
on a door.
that is converted to a table.
Yeah,
Long distance relationships.
yeah. Fuck those.
We'll tell you about that.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
stupid things like conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't wait for the Denver International Airport one.
I still don't know what you're talking
Oh
about.
man, it is so cool.
Are you just trying to hype it up so you hook the viewers or what?
Let's just say the layout. It's
Yeah.
if you look at it from an aerial view, it's a swastika.
what?
Yeah, and
I'm
another
intrigued.
thing too, Denver International Airport. It's like outside of town. It's not built into the town. It's isolated. It's really crazy. There's some other things too that goes in.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to do some research on that. And
Yeah.
you got to do some research. You'd be like, whoa. By the way, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything. I just happen to find them really interesting. That's all.
And we're also not shitting on Denver International Airport.
No, shout out just in case if it's real.
I'm sure it's a great airport. Everybody still book your air flights.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
But if anything happens, that's the place to go to hide out. Just saying.
so it's a bunker.
Dude, they went $2 billion over budget and they can't figure out why.
Oh,
Diamonds everywhere.
Diamonds is outlined with diamonds.
But yeah, I think we'll have some people on to interview.
Okay.
Some so-called experts on topics.
And we'll have some drinks.
Yeah,
We can-
I like the drink of the episode
Yeah.
idea.
The drink of the episode.
The drink of the episode.
Yeah.
Because it could be a beer.
Yeah,
It could
true.
be
cocktail.
Could be cocktail.
Scotch.
We'll get
Scotchy,
fancy
scotch.
sometimes. A little bit of wine, maybe.
Ooh.
Some wine coolers.
Wine. Ooh, dude.
Smirnoff Ice.
I'll get tipsy. I mean, we're just gonna give you guys our perspective on so many different things. Humans are all multifaceted people, right? We
Yeah.
have a lot of different interests. So
Right. There's a wide range of people we can talk to, but there isn't a lot of people that really talk about things from our perspective. Like,
That is true.
you listen to the radio, it's people that are twice our age talking about finances. It's people that are twice our age talking about politics. People that don't know about the internet.
yeah, that is true. And a lot of times, if you do listen to, I guess, radios, even some podcasts, they're pigeonholed because they're sponsored.
Yeah.
You know, they can't really say what they really are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Only person I know that could say that is Joe Rogan. Powerful JRE.
We'd love to have you on this show sometime, just by the way, if
Can
you're
you
listening.
imagine, dude, having a beer with Joe Rogan? It's crazy. But again, man, like, he's not technically a yuppie.
True.
Oh, true.
He's
Yeah.
a little older.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you listen to his podcast and you can see, like, he's kind of out of touch of the things that we know about or do or see day to day.
That is true.
So
I wouldn't say out of touch. I think just different views. Because like every like we're like 12 years ago, we probably had a different view of something versus
Right.
now.
Right.
Just like
yeah, I guess out of touch isn't the right phrase, but
he's sorry. Joe Rogan's really
Yeah,
saying.
no, right.
He's really sorry.
why are you getting so defensive, Ruben? So, I don't know. I'm pretty excited to get this rolling. I know it's just the first episode, but
Well, no, it's not even the first episode.
it's
true.
episode 0. This is what we're gonna
It's
call it.
that prelude.
Zero.
But
Yeah, I'm excited. See how it goes.
hopefully we can all hold a conversation because we're, like I said, socially inept engineers.
Yeah. And the first one, introductions are not our thing. I wouldn't say. We'll get the ball rolling on this.
Get a structure to
Promise.
our episodes. We'll get a name. We'll get an intro. We'll get an outro.
Logo, T-shirts,
Swag.
Website.
websites.
I mean, stickers.
Bring in our own DJ to put in the background.
Yeah.
yeah. No. All that,
Air
all that
horn.
good stuff.
No, we just need a soundboard. That's
Yeah.
what we need. You guys want to talk about that?
Well, call that a wrap.
I think so.
Enough about me. I'm Joey.
Steven.
And I'm Ruben.
We're out. No.
Thanks for tuning in to the Yup Life.
If you enjoyed it, leave us a rating and a review on iTunes, or just follow us at the Up Life Podcast.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play Music.
Stay yuppie.